Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and today I am playing with a simple stories collection called Spring Farmhouse. I have selected these papers. I absolutely adore this floral and I am actually working on some inspiration from the CSI Challenge blog. It is CSI stands for Color Stories Inspiration, and I will link the video where I go through and explain to you exactly what it is. But basically, there are prompts and challenges that you get on this particular case file. It's like you can pretend like you're a reporter, you're an investigator, but it's really cute the way they do it. You get 2 files a month that you can get from directly from the blog. And here I'm just kind of winging it. I'm trying to figure out, I know I want to use these pattern papers front and back. I'm just trying to make some cuts here. And it's going to just be a 1-page layout. So I'm just working on that. Some of the prompts that they give you is that you can copy the color scheme. Does the photo on the case file remind you of stories in your photos? Does it inspire you to create a certain title, to use a technique or a style, or to bring out some things from your stash, right? You don't necessarily have to use a collection. They also on the blog have some additional information for each case file that you may want to integrate into the challenge. So they have things like you can use wood grain or textured paper for this particular one that I'm using. And I'm using case file 395 just in case. And so it's wood grain or textured paper, the ampersand, you can use a globe, you can use frames, you can use flowers, plants, leaves. So here you see the different strips. I'm just auditioning them all. You can use vases, flower pots, lanterns. You can create a shelf on the page as well. You can document about home. You can frame your journaling. You can use different types of inspiration words such as serenity, the word and and also the word display. So I do incorporate the and prompt for the title. You will see some wood grains as well as a frame. You'll see some flowers. You'll see, did I say ampersand already? Can't remember. And the overall photo on the case file 395, they're just really soft. These muted colors that are in this collection are ones that I am using as inspiration for when I selected. I'm looking through, who else has these matte stacks? Die Cuts with a View. Do you remember those? I was talking to some friends over the weekend, and one of the things that she does is she keeps these. I have 2 of them. I think she does as well. She may have more. But I have been reminding myself to keep these close to me. I need to use these up or get rid of them because they're really nice papers. I can use them 100% to map my photos. But I'm gonna pull this green. I already know it doesn't go, but I was like, oh, maybe I can make it work. I don't end up making it work. It goes right back in the stack, but it's because they're more pigmented than the soft colors that are in the papers that I'm working with today. But yeah, it's been a really nice prompt because it's gotten me out of the kind of the rut of what I was finding myself in. I just needed a little bit more of a different kind of inspiration. So all of these strips, with the exception of that gingham, are all pattern papers from the collection. The gingham is actually washi tape that is backed on white cardstock, and I've cut it down to a 1/2 inch. So I fuss a I fuss a lot with these, trying to get them perfectly straight. You can imagine this is sped up how long it actually took me. I should have cut some of this part out. But anyway, so that's the case file. It's been a great source of inspiration for the last couple of layouts that I've done for the Get Inspired, my Get Inspired playlist, or what do I want to call it? My Get Inspired. Is it a project? I don't even know what it's called. But anyway, so I'm so glad to be able. So now I'm struggling with this. I'm picking it all back up because I realize it's crooked. I'm using my mat to help me line it up, but it's still going on crooked no matter whatever. It's fine. It'll be fine. I've just used that black piece of paper. It looks smudged or whatever. I'm not worried about it. It's one that came out of one of my kids' scrapbook albums. She had just used some flat letter stickers on the other side, and I just thought I would just put it to good use for wallpapering. This entire sheet of paper is going to get covered, so it really didn't matter what it was underneath. And hopefully by now I've gotten this yellow strip of paper. I'm still fiddling with it. Look at me. Look at me go. Okay, so I think I'm going to move on. I'm like, it is what it is. And I'm going to put this beautiful, I don't even know, it's like a sagey green, but it's got like tones of, it's got like hues of like blue. It's just gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. So this is going to hopefully line up, and then I'll be able to cover any of the imperfections with the pink gingham. So I'm trying to be kind to myself and, and just let some of that like perfectionist tendencies, just let them go. It doesn't have to be perfect. So okay, so I'm just putting the rest of these strips down. So I've been thinking about possibly bringing in some new stash into my space. I have only bought one paper collection, and I have been using quite a bit. Some of these are from, I think one of these is maybe from last year. This one might be from last year, the one that I purchased last year. I've bought single sheets of paper, like when Joann's has their sale and things like that. I've stocked up on cardstock, those kinds of things. But collections, it's been a while. And I have definitely been creating clearly a lot more content, right, than now that I have my YouTube channel. It's been a motivator for me to create. I have been lucky enough to have started my channel, and to be blessed by folks who watch it, who have invited me to join in some of their challenges. So that's also a great motivator. It gets me thinking about my supplies in a whole different way sometimes, and I really enjoy that. It gives me the creative freedom that I sometimes look for without having to feel like it's too monotonous. So that's been really, really great. And I'm going to continue, hopefully, with the collection obsession that I've been working with, that particular monthly challenge and hop, I guess you'd call it, for the remainder of the year and probably into next year. And also have some other crafty plans for a monthly commitment for something else. So be on the lookout for that. I am filming quite a bit of this in advance. I can let you know that I'm not exactly sure when this will go up, but I am going to be having I'm going to be having surgery on my right shoulder. And so that if you see a decrease to like once a week of videos for perhaps mid-October or even November into December, just know that it's because of that. Normally I post twice a week, but the surgery itself, I'm hearing not awful things about the surgery. The surgery is pretty straightforward. It is the recovery, my friends. I will be having shoulder surgery on my dominant arm, so I am trying to film as much content as you can imagine as it is humanly possible for me to do without feeling like this is a job or anything like that, because obviously this is my hobby. This is what I enjoy. This is my de-stress time. So I'm not looking, it's not like I have design team obligations or anything like that. The only obligations I have are to obviously people that I know, so I will reach out to them if there's a need, but it might be a little while before I can come back full strength, 2 videos, but I'm good. Like I said, I'm trying to be really planful. So hopefully you won't see too much of a gap of me like just not posting at all whatsoever. Okay, so hey, and maybe to treat myself while I'm out of commission, I will be looking certainly for inspiration on YouTube. I will be probably doing a little retail therapy. That would be really nice. Restock my sock, right? That's fun. But right off the bat, one of the first collections that I have my sights on is by 49 Market. I already bought one this year. It's the Simple Stories. It's the vintage collection with the navy. Now the name escapes me. I don't have it in front of me. But yeah, it's one of the 49 Markets. It's not going to release until October. So oof, I cannot wait to get my hands on that and start playing with it and just touch it for a little while before I have to go have my surgery. So here I'm just going through and taking a little bit of a break from the physical layout, and I'm working on my foundation pieces, and some of these chipboard shapes already started to come off. So I'm just going ahead and I'm taking them all out. Going rogue. I've realized something about myself in the last few weeks when I've been doing some kit preparation and just tidying up around my space, that I am not a lover of chipboard and I really need to stop buying it. I always, I get pulled in and sucked in. I don't have that much of it, but what I did have, I had about maybe 5 or 6 sheets of chipboard in all of my stash, like the big large 12 by 12s, and I've gone ahead and I've taken all of those out, meaning like I've punched all the shapes out, and I have sorted through what I want to keep, and the rest I have set aside. I'm going to be seeing some friends this week, and I am bringing some stash for them to go through, and hopefully I will get some takers. Maybe they'll be able to use it. So anyway, so here I'm just auditioning the different pieces I want to bring in. What's staying on the wax paper is what I'm going to bring in. And yeah, I do end up using all of those pieces that are on the wax paper right now. I'm just thumbing through this. It looks like some of the die cuts, and sorry, I'm not realizing I'm off camera. And here I'm going through another stack. But so I was talking about the 49 Market, the Katie Pertier reels on Instagram. If you are not subscribe to her channel. Maybe you don't want to be subscribed to her channel, but let me tell you, some of the stuff, I watch it and I was like, oh my God, like that looks amazing. Makes you want to buy it all, right? So if you're on a spending freeze, definitely don't subscribe to her channel until you're off your freeze. But her stuff is absolutely beautiful, and I just absolutely love it. So I cannot wait until that is ready to come to me. But in the meantime, we've got plenty of stash to work from. And yeah, I'll be adding to my Get Inspired series as different triggers for inspiration, um, happen in my inspiration. There might be different things that I may think about, different jumping off points, particularly when I'm struggling or I'm in a little bit of a rut. I will definitely link those. I have a playlist already for those types of videos. There's a few of them in there, but as I continue kind of on this journey with trying to find different pieces of inspiration, I will be sure to link them to the playlist. But I've got lots of other playlists if you're interested in watching some older videos. Even some recent ones. The collection obsession is one. If you're into making page kits, sometimes I just love people who make page kits. Sometimes I just want a scrapbook and watch somebody organize, and that's fine by me. I was mentioning in one of my previous videos, the reverse interview, how I do love a good cleaning video here on YouTube. And I thought I was alone, but the majority of the comments that I got were other people who also enjoy them. So here you see me, I'm digging around these iris bins. I keep 4x6 sized paper. I have a bin for white and for off-white or cream, more cream based, for photo mats, so that I don't have to go and grab my whites or my off-whites. My these iris containers are great because they are really handy, and I pull them in every chance I get. So I have gone and decided not to use a color mat, and I'm going to use this off-white to back the photo. And yeah, so here is the photo that I've chosen. It's my little niece and one of her many dolls. So I wanna try to preserve some of these memories of her, like the things that she adores at this age in particular, because she is such a girly girl. I know you guys, if you've been watching my videos, you've seen her as the subject in many of my scrapbook pages. But like at this age, right now she's a year older, but she adores dolls. She adores tutus. I'm very surprised she's not wearing one in the photo, because otherwise I was gonna make like a play on the title with the tutus, like that those are like her favorite things. But she is obsessed with tutus. She has, the last time that she visited, because she lives abroad, the last time that she visited, I think she left my house with, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 tutus. Because they're very hard to find in the store. I haven't had a very good luck finding them, so I have to, Auntie has to order them for her. I absolutely adore this doily. Not that one, that one. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to pull it out here in a second and show you. This was in my mother's garage. look at it. It has these beautiful, I'm just showing you the medallion. They're called medallion. And it's so old. And then I'm going to show you, oh, it went too fast, but I do show you, you could probably pause it and see who the manufacturer is. But it's absolutely gorgeous. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. I auditioned lots of the ones that I have in my stash, and then I went to grab what I found in hers. Beautiful. 100% beautiful. So here is where I'm bringing in the frame. If you remember some of the prompts, the wood grain, the the frame, the wood grain. I haven't worked on the other side of the other side of the photo, but that will come with the floral. And is that it? The floral frames, wood grain. Oh, and the ampersand. That's will come in form of the title, part of the title. So yeah, I think the other thing that I'm gonna start to work on is I will say I have been working with collections for a while now. Just it feels like I've been working with them for a while. When I attended the scrapbook retreat that I attended, like I worked primarily with collections, so I'm feeling like I need to start to make some page kits from my loose paper. So I will probably more than likely in the next few weeks, you may see a video pop up here or there related to just making kits from my loose paper. Here, I'm just trying to I'm just gluing down my photo here. And tell me some of the things that you use to, when you're not in the mood to scrapbook, or you've just kind of lost. You know, I had a friend of mine recently, you know, just because of her current situation that she's in with work and just balancing everything, she doesn't have a lot of time to scrapbook. And sometimes I find that as well, but sometimes it's about like not being in the mood. Like either I'm just tired. I don't like to scrapbook when I'm tired. I don't like to scrapbook when I am in a hurry, like in a time crunch. I don't even know if that makes sense. But there's certain times, right, when there are things going on in my life when I don't like to scrapbook, but being in my space brings me a sense of calmness and happiness and joy. So what are some of the things that you do when you lose that, we call it mojo, or you lose your motivation? What are some things that you do to get yourself out of it, if that has happened to you? I know I have various different things. Sometimes I just need to walk away, and that's okay. I need to just not be in my space. As much as happiness and everything that it brings me, calmness that it brings me, sometimes I just have to step away, and sometimes I have no choice but to step away because I have other demands on my time and my attention. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear from folks about what you do to help yourself out of whether it's a lack of motivation or a rut. So here I'm going to go, and I'm starting on the bottom part of the title, and I'm using a variety of different fonts. I'm using a sticker from the sticker sheet. I am pulling, these are chipboard stickers alphas, chipboard alphas, right? Oh my gosh, words this morning are rough. So I'm using, I just realized I put that upside down. So I'm going ahead and I'm using a variety of different things. I've got some of the, where is the file here? Textured stuff, and the cork is definitely that. I am, oh, okay, I am popping up the sticker that came on the sticker sheet to be part of the title. So I want to make sure that that is a little bit more dimensional, because there are parts of the title that are flat. So I just want there just to give it a little bit of life. And this was not planned at all, how I staggered the letters, but it turns out, I think it turned out really, really good. And then I just used the additional stickers and different things that I brought in to close up any gaps and things like that. And oh, I think I ran out of tape. I had to go get some more. I historically have been a Stampin' Up! Dimensionals user. I stock up. When I start running out, I buy, a whole bunch. I also use Fun Foam from usually the adhesive bag that I find at Walmart. It's very affordable. But over the years, I've also bought this dimensional foam rolls from the Dollar Tree. And so that's what I'm using today. I think when I unpacked my adhesives, I realized that I had 3 unused small, they're small rolls. They're not like the big 3M giant rolls. They're small rolls, but in a pinch, they're really, really, I have found them to be really, really good. So I'm just trying to use those up before, I delve into my other stash. Or just to mix it up, because I do have my dimensionals sitting right on my desk. That is the other thing, you guys. I'm hoping that very soon you all will see that I will have, hopefully, I'll be able to film it before my surgery, that I will be putting together my new desk. So there's going to be a little bit of shifting around in my space. And I have finally, I think, have found what will be my permanent desk, which is lovely, because the one that I have, it's great. I will say it's 100%. It has served me very well. It is going to be repurposed in another area in our house, but it's a little bit bulky for the space that I'm currently in, that I currently occupy. And I can move around, and I could have, done whatever, but I want something a little less bulky for this area. I want to be able to access things in a little bit more readily than I can right now. So be on the lookout for that. I'm super excited. We haven't even, at this point, when I'm filming this, we still haven't even put it together, but it's coming along. I did put, for a long time, the last time that I went to IKEA, they were out of the particular Raskog that I wanted for my space, and my husband and I went this past weekend, and they had it in stock. So that's the first thing that I built. So that is sitting here, and I can roll it around in my space, which is lovely. And but we need to work on the desk area, and part of it has been me. Like, I don't want to have to move all this stuff. So I just have to get it and like just make peace with it that this is what I need to do and get this thing built. I've waited long enough for it. It's just a tabletop on two small Alex drawers, like not the wide Alex drawers, the skinny, not the tall ones either. um, and then my Rascal cart and a couple of other little additions that I will save until you guys can see it for sure. So here, my title is down. I am working off camera on popping up the embellishments that I am going to use. I absolutely love the florals in this collection. I do so much. And you know, the picture itself did not scream spring farmhouse. You're probably like, what? Like, that's, but sometimes it's less about the subject and more about the colors for me, because these colors are just they're gorgeous, and they're represented in the mood and feel of the photos, but it without losing the photo in all of it. It probably is doing it a little bit of a disservice on screen, but in person the photo is what catches your eye, and that is always what I want from my layouts. So I'm looking through the sticker sheet now and making my kind of my final selections. I love that little tab. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's another floral print. And let me see, do I make some more? Oh yes, I'm gonna add a heart, and I'm gonna pop that up, and I'm gonna add a flower, a small flower, not big like the one I have near the title right now. So there's the heart, and then I'm gonna add the small floral, and then I am going to finish that up with some enamel dots from the collection. Yeah. Yeah, I'm super, super excited. I cannot wait to get this space finished and done with, so that I can start creating in here, because that in and of itself is going to be a challenge too, because I have my setup where I film right now, and I'm going to have to probably reconfigure a little bit, but that's okay. I'd rather be doing that in a new space and all of that. So okay, I think I'm just looking through, but I don't believe I end up adding anything else here. The only other thing I wanted to see if you guys how do you all track the photos you create into pages? Do you have some type of tracker so that you do not scrap the same photo multiple times? Do you have a way to do that? Because especially for those of you who do not scrap chronologically, for those of you who do, it's probably a little bit easier. But I'm just wondering how folks who like to skip around. And I can do chronological for a little while, and then I like to skip around. I like to have choices. So here I'm just finishing off the layout with some enamel dots, but definitely let me know. Let me know what helps you keep track. Do you keep a separate notebook? Do you keep some kind of tracker? I can tell you I do have a tracker, but I'm horrible at keeping it up. So I need something a little bit more sustainable, I think. So here I'm just putting the finishing touches on the third cluster. And we're gonna call it good. You're gonna see some close-ups of the layout here coming up. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching and keeping me company today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this kind of longer process video to this layout, and I hope you'll come back next time. Bye for now.